Hi guys, welcome back to more episodes of the X-Files. We're on season 9. This is going to be episode 4. So, the last episode, Dominicus, I'm still undecided. It was okay. It was just, I don't know why I find some religious ones a little, not hard to swallow, but they don't, what's the word? They don't always make much sense to me. They don't follow a linear kind of path for an explanation, and you're always left wondering, or at least I am. Anyway, I digress, doesn't matter. Right, let's move on. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel and you enjoy the X-Files, I would appreciate a quick sub, and we'll find out what's in store with episode 4.
Looking right at us.
Oh, okay, we're in the middle of something.
$50 says that's Lukesh. 100 says he knows we're here.
Let him get to the mailbox.
Baiting.
Lukesh. I don't need him open a mailbox to prove it. What the hell is this? Monica, don't.
Agent Reyes.
Baiting a killer.
I lost sight of him. I think he might be.
Right behind you. Shit. Oh, hell.
Agent down, back stairwell. Get EMS here now.
Federal agent! He doesn't really seem to care.
Back here!
Why are these psychos always... Where the fuck did he go? What's going on here? Because now he's there. Not quite following what happened there. I thought with Doggett saying he's someone who likes to cut women's tongues out, she was bleeding, and I thought that's what he'd done.
So is there anything really heavy that I can move for you? A dresser, a fridge?
No. Hot dogs?
Polish sausage. It's the best in the city. There's a little stand a couple blocks over on M Street.
There's no easy way to say this. I'm sorry to do it over the phone.
What is it?
It's Doggett. He's been found in an alley off Dillon Park. He's been shot.
So who the fuck's that?
Agent?
Sir, what you're saying is...
Agent Reyes? Agent Reyes?
I've been put in charge of the investigation. I promise you, it's my top priority.
He wasn't.
Well, you were all there.
He was with me. At
What?
my apartment, he was with me when Skinner called me.
You had an entire team there. What the fuck are you talking
Sure,
about?
I'm following.
I haven't understood one single word I've heard since I got here.
I'm right with you. He was just in her apartment, but at the same time, she's witnessing what's happened to him here. So we've got like 3 things at once going on here. She thinks he's fine, and it showed he was, but he's also here. And he thinks she's had a throat cut, a tongue cut, but she's also here.
I know what you're thinking, but this didn't come from Doggett's weapon. Ballistics don't match, and his gun was never fired.
How can this be?
I saw something once.
Happened to you too.
It's only been the last couple of years that I've fully come to terms with it. That very moment that it happened, he came to me. I like to believe that he came to say goodbye.
A visitation.
Yeah, she's here. We're both still at the hospital.
I need you to bring her to the 6th District Police Station. I'm on my way there myself.
What's this about?
I'll tell you when you get there.
I mean...
But not in the alley.
No, I wasn't with Agent Doggett when he was shot.
No.
But I was with him at the time A.D. Skinner called to tell me he'd been shot.
Give me something here. Give me some mitigating reason.
Yeah, they think it's
I'm
her.
trying to cover up. We've checked and rechecked the ballistics tests.
I don't think this is real.
The bullet that hit Doggett came from your gun.
Well, I'd already figured that out.
We appreciate your cooperation, sir.
Anything I can do to help?
How?
So what are they waiting for?
Follmer's case has a couple of potential holes.
For starters, there's the fact that when I called you, you were at home, 14 miles from the crime scene.
Plus, there's the condition of your gun.
It hadn't been fired.
Everything about prosecuting someone and putting someone away for murder, whoever they are, is about one key thing. Evidence, right? If you've no murder weapon and you've no body, you're done. If you've no motive or murder weapon that makes sense to the crime and where it took place, same thing. So her weapon hasn't been fired, and she was 14 miles away from where the crime scene had happened at the time that it had happened. No jury in the land is going to put her in that alleyway with that gun in her hand when the gun hasn't been fired. Just saying.
It's not uncommon with this type of spinal injury.
That's not a spasm.
That's Morse code.
What is it?
It's Morse code.
I believe what we witnessed to begin with is more likely to be
What
the
is
real
it?
event.
Irwin Timothy Lukesh?
Have you ever seen him before?
Yeah, it was just your eyewitness, was he not?
1995, patient at the State Psychiatric Hospital at Gaithersburg.
After 4 months,
I'm surprised with a nagging
he was
wife.
deemed fit for release.
What's the story he's telling?
Then he heard a bang, went downstairs to investigate,
It's probably him.
and they saw you exit the alley. You think Lucas shot Doggett?
What if Doggett was investigating Lukesh? What if Lukesh
You
is
all
somehow
were.
behind all this? That's
That
right.
really doesn't help.
As if there were ever any doubt.
Yeah, you. He does remember. Okay. How are you okay?
Why am I alive? Is that what you're asking?
Oh, this is
I'm fine, John. Why wouldn't I be?
trippy. Because he has a different recall of memory, same as you. Yeah, cut.
My throat wasn't cut, John. What do you mean?
It was. That is what happened, and the rest of you don't remember. It's a proper cutthroat razor as well. Well, that's a neat trick. Is he travelling to different realities here?
Any sensation at all? Pain,
Because if he can,
tingling.
he's going to
Okay.
manipulate this so that the reality is the best
We'll see if we
outcome
can
for
feel
him.
better tomorrow.
It's coming along. There's so much that's impossible to reconcile. You say I was on a stakeout with you. I say you were at my apartment bringing me... Do you know a little stand on M Street? Supposed to be really good hot dogs?
Yeah, so it is him. So that shows it wasn't an impersonator, it's him.
What if you were at my apartment
Nah.
and I was on a stakeout with you at the exact same time? What would it take for that to be true?
Whatever's happening. We're not talking about
Maybe
twins
we
or
do.
doppelgangers here. We're talking about alternate realities, I
Maybe all of
think.
us do. You've heard of the idea of a parallel universe. One that's identical, or nearly identical to our own.
But each choice
One in which
has
we
a
all
slightly
have a
different
double.
outcome.
It's theoretical physics, but
It is.
what if it's real?
Star Trek.
You said yourself Irwin Lukesh was known for his impossible escapes.
Yeah. That was normal.
Somehow he was
Then
behind
he
you,
went.
and he shot you.
Yeah.
What if Lukesh can pass freely from one parallel world to the other? Like
I'm on it. I'm on it.
like he's opening a door. Maybe when you followed Lukesh into this world, my Doggett got forced out.
Correct. And he's over there and he's here. Yeah, wow.
I'm kind of confused as to why I'm back.
No, you
I
fucking
already
not.
told you everything I know.
We have an eyewitness that says you shot Agent John Doggett.
Well, that's surprising. I can't imagine who would have said that.
Reyes and Doggett. Among other things, he says that you're a murderer. That you enjoy killing women with a straight razor. And cutting.
Wouldn't it be the perfect breeding ground? Not breeding ground, but the perfect way of being able to target your victims and have an endless supply and know you're probably never going to get caught because you just go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and no one is ever going to catch up with you. And no one's ever going to have any knowledge of you.
Out their tongues.
Mr. Lukesh,
Good
you
luck
consent
proving
to a
it, though.
GSR test?
GSR, what is that?
You wouldn't mind indulging us, would you?
I don't know. I think I'd have to talk to my lawyer about that. It's clear to me that your female agent, Ms. Reyes, is responsible for this terrible tragedy.
Is there someone who can corroborate your story?
What about your mother?
Sole subject.
I mean, you live with your mother, right?
Yeah, this is what to focus
She
on.
was sleeping. She wouldn't have heard anything.
Oh, we can go to her.
I won't have you harassing her just because you're afraid to admit that one of your people did this.
Defense posture. He's way too calm, way too confident,
Say hi to
way too
Mama.
chatty for a witness.
What's the matter?
Already killed her.
Cat got your tongue.
Funny. Mutilated her.
How do you do it?
Yeah, how?
There's this world, and there's the world where you live out your sick fantasies.
No, I think there's more.
When did it start? It was buttoned up so tight, it had nowhere else to go.
If you have to believe that
It
there's
had to get released.
the probability of a parallel world,
Not here,
then
but in a world just like this one.
there's a different world for every outcome, not just one.
You bled just like a pig.
You bastard.
Have you been out of bed?
This guy is still tied by the umbilical cord to his mother.
Mama?
You don't tell me things, Irwin. You sneak out of the house all night.
You're a bad boy.
You leave me alone all by myself. What is it that you do, Irwin, that you don't tell me? Why is that in my house?
Oh, you managed to get out of bed and find that, though.
I opened the drawer and it gave me a heart attack. You can tell the FBI that's it. Yes, the FBI has left 3 messages. What are you doing? Aren't you even going to listen? Oh, don't turn on the waterworks,
And now he's
Mr. X.
like,
not going to
"You
wash.
made
I'm the
me
one who's
do it."
being lied to.
All this straight in the book.
Irwin, what are you doing?
Told you, Mum's next.
Irwin!
Thinking about what?
I'm afraid she is right.
How?
Well, that's the theory. One of the theories behind quantum realities. Oh. Because in the other world, you're done.
My theory is sound.
But it's a hell of a thing to ask.
I don't believe a word of it, John. Never in a million years would you believe.
I can't say the same for Irwin Lukesh.
What happened?
She's dead.
It's the exact MO Doggett described. Most likely a straight razor was used.
Do you have any idea where he is?
None.
Fits the profile.
But if everything I've been hearing is true, he's not going to be easy to find.
No, he isn't. This has been very interesting because, regardless, there is a paralyzed Doggett in one world. And there is a Reyes with a throat cut in another.
Understandable. I don't think you're the only one.
Try and take it easy, Monica.
Here
Got
we
you
go
covered
again.
coming
And
and
they're
going.
doing a surveillance.
out front? I think I'll check around once more.
Choices and decisions have left them exactly where they are now.
Monica, do you copy?
We need
Reyes.
to go in now.
Agent Reyes, do you read me?
You made me kill my mom. Told you.
Shut up. This time I get to bleed you slow.
I don't think so. Beautiful shot. Lovely. That's the first bloody good thing he's done.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I tell you something, he is not going to want to live like this. Take their arms off. Release them. Quite a sad episode, putting aside our killer. Now then, yeah.
Monica, forget about the plates, will you?
How about that?
What's wrong?
Just happy to see you. And he's like,
Monica, what's wrong?
what's going on?
Good.
He has no knowledge of having a throat cut. Wow. That. Top 10. Top 10. That has to go into my top 10. There's a top 25 because of how expanded and how big this series is. That has to be a top 10 more. I did manage to work most of it out. Now then, we've lost a John Doggett. We still have a John Doggett. We lost a Monica Reyes. We still have one. You can tie yourself in knots with quantum theory, right? Seeing as he brought up Star Trek, I'm reminded of an episode of Voyager with Janeway. And she said, look, I've learned over the years with time travel, it's best to just A leads to B, leads to C, leads to A. I'm just best just not think about it. And this is the same. This isn't time travel. This is about quantum theory and different parallel universes, different choices invoke and produce different outcomes. And I knew it was going to instantaneously just like as though you'd changed something in the past, and it's an instant transformation that changes the reality. But we started off with Skinner and I can't remember his name, Carrie Ools, with them knowing who this guy was, and both of our agents there. Then she gets caught, then he gets pulled or walks through that veil into this guy's other reality. Swaps places. Then that explains why none of the rest of the FBI have any knowledge. Scully, Skinner, all of them. It's complicated. And it is complicated. I've got it worked out in my mind. It's actually more difficult to put in words, but I've got it. Okay? Wow, that was a really good episode. So, as we were getting through the episode, and I knew that it was to do with not mind control or so, I started off down that route to begin with. This is how he was doing this, but then that didn't stand up. It's just not possible. What was more feasible is what actually happened. And whether that will bring the two of them a little bit closer together, I don't know, very possibly could. But I mean, having to take that on faith and your own theory that you are right with what you've discovered, and it means switching the machine off of somebody that, is it your Doggett? Isn't it your Doggett? Oh man, you could get tied up in knots forever with this. Needless to say, really, That's got to be one of the best episodes for a long while. Kind of like that episode Monday with the bank with Mulder, where they blew up and it kept repeating and repeating until the correct outcome was resolved. Time, history correcting itself. Right, I'm done. I could talk about that for an hour and different theories, which I've done many theories on this before when we've discussed episodes on Fringe. And if you haven't seen Fringe, it is available on my channel. All the playlists are there. I had someone ask the other day going, you should react to Fringe, and they hadn't spotted that all 5 seasons were there. So if you haven't seen Fringe, it's a very enjoyable watch. Right then, I'll be back with episode 5 next. If you do want to watch any of these in full length, they are available over on Patreon as normal. Just check the link in the description, and I would appreciate a thumbs up. Post your comments down below, and don't forget to hit the sub if you haven't already. I'll see you for episode 5 next. Take care, guys.